All these issues are still here, and you know, the other shoe can drop at any time, but I would go through millions of surgeries before I want my kids to go through a surgery.
On Little People, Big World this week, we caught up with Zach and Tori, who were giving an update on Zach amid his health issues.
It's been 1 month since my shunt surgery. I don't have any restrictions or...
You were more restricted than I was after a C-section, though. Like, the things that you couldn't do.
Yeah, because they had to take care of me.
Yeah.
About 2 weeks after my surgery, I got my staples out.
Let me see. Ooh, a little bit dandruff.
See the holes?
Wait, they kept your staples? Ew, and Jackson's touching them?
Yeah, I told the guy, I was like, I'm just gonna breathe really hard, don't mind me. And then like first one, I'm like, or whatever I was doing. And he's like, are you okay? I'm like, yep, I told you I'm fine, just do it.
Just do it.
He's feeling really grateful that he has Tori by his side during difficult times.
You did good. Some wives would have freaked out and had mental breakdowns. You kept it together. Tori handles everything that comes with me very well. And she supports me awesome. And yeah, I put her through a lot. And she's still here, so.
Well, imagine if you had a wife that, like,
Oh, God,
couldn't deal with this. Like, imagine if you had a wife that, like, any little thing happened, they completely...
Oh, yeah, it would have been over. She's currently the rock. I'm like the sandstone. Keep breaking.
Matt and Caryn are working on home plans, but Caryn's maintaining that it's just Matt's home that she's going to be living in.
I want this to be our house. And,
well, I appreciate that, but it is still always going to be your house that we're going to share. I do look at it that way. We're not married. This is Matt's house that I happen to cohabitate in.
We have heard that building homes, construction, remodel, can cause divorces.
We don't have to worry about that.
We don't have to worry about that.
She also has a unique way of approaching giving input to Matt.
I tell you all the time, you make the final decision. In the end, it doesn't matter to me if the house is this or this or this.
Caryn's famous. That's a crazy idea, but you make the call. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. That will look so ugly, but you decide. Click. I get left with, hey, I'm trying to work through a collaboration.
That's a terrible idea, but it's your decision.
Yeah, that's a terrible idea, but it's your call. Go to bed with that. She's in Arizona, I'm up here, and I get that. And then good night.
The whole experience is causing Caryn to sympathize with Matt's ex, Amy.
You want to know where I want it?
Where?
Nowhere.
Nowhere?
Now that we're making all these decisions on this house, I can kind of sympathize with Amy. You're so persuasive, and you just stay on it and gnaw at it until I'm like, you know what? I don't care.
My mother used to say he grinds on it.
Tori and Zach are working on some renovations of their own home, and they shared a story about their daughter having a mishap in dance class.
Lila, I have two jobs for you to do at dance. First, don't cry. Second, don't pee.
Can you do that? In front of all the dance moms, one little girl came out and said she had to go to the bathroom. So then Lila comes out and says she has to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, no, we're not gonna play this game. Just because somebody else is going pee-pee, we're not gonna like do it. Well, 5 minutes later, she peed her pants right there, and I felt like a terrible mom. So bad. It was like a whole big thing too. But that was my fault. It was a bad mom move. Now we always go to the bathroom before dance class.
They went out for a family bowling night and are feeling grateful for their health and their kids' health.
No, I think that like everything that we went through for sure makes us like more grateful for every like day that everyone's healthy and everyone's good.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Right?
Sure, I think about that all the time now.
It definitely like puts things into perspective. And like the fact that all of our kids are able to bowl.
Oh yeah, bowl. Not just bowl, but they're all very capable kids.
Okay, can you just
regardless, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're all very capable.
Zach is worrying a bit about his kids, but he's trying to stay positive and just take things as they come.
When it comes to what I just went through with hydrocephalus and shunt malfunction and all that, I feel like our kids are old enough now that they might be out of that.
Hopefully.
It's a very common thing at a young baby age. But you can get a shunt at any time. You can get a need for a shunt at any time. But you can get cancer. There's a lot of different things that can happen. 3 dwarf kids are doing pretty good.
We're blessed, that's for sure.
They still got a lot of life to live, though.
They have a lot of time to break down like Dad.
Yeah. I would go through 20 surgeries, millions of surgeries before I want my kids to go through a surgery. But all these issues are still here, and the other shoe can drop at any time. I don't think that's in Tori's mindset to wait for the other shoe to drop. I don't think that's her personality. It's probably more mine, if anything, with the kids. Like, when's one of our kids gonna have an issue? But we'll take it one step at one day at a time.
Later, Matt met up with Chris and they bonded during a guys' night in.
I've known Matt now for, 6 years, I think. And in the beginning, I was really kind of surprised that Matt was as friendly as he was. Usually, you hear exes not being too friendly with new significant others. I just know that when we sit down and we have a conversation, it feels like we're talking the same language. We just seem to have a lot in common, and it's a great opportunity to, expand my friend circle, and nice to be included.
Amy wasn't super excited about the hangout, but Chris thinks it's a good idea that he and Matt get along.
Amy wasn't by any means encouraging me to go over and do a guy's night with Matt and his friends, but she knew it was something I wanted to do. And fortunately, Amy's kind of gotten used to the idea that, we're going to keep running into each other, and it's, I think, in a healthy way.
And now Matt says that he and Amy get along pretty well after everything that happened in their split.
I feel I can call Amy and talk to her about things. Honestly, we get along better now than we did.
Funny how that happens.
Yeah, funny how that happened.
But time always heals, too. I mean, don't you feel like you're getting along better now than you did 5 years ago?
Yeah, definitely. Amy does seem to have, a lot of people say, she's relaxed a lot more.
I've heard that about you, too. I mean, I didn't know you very well 5 years ago, but I've heard people say that you've kind of relaxed a little bit, too.
Matt was also thinking about the future and what that looks like with Caryn, and whether he's open to the possibility of getting married again.
We've tested our waters by having our place together in Arizona and being able to go down there. We did talk about once the house is real, we would revisit it. So we're starting that process of like, hey, does this change anything? We're both kind of, no, not necessarily, other than you might sell your house and move in, So, but, we very much respect and appreciate the concept of marriage and the principles behind it, and we're weighing all of our options. No matter what I do, one thing I can promise, you guys will be the last to know.